Hey guys, Jonah here. Happy Wednesday. I'm here with a review, and I don't know if you've noticed, but it's brass monkeys at the moment. So I've got my woolly, well, one of my woolly hats on, and yeah, for those of you that have followed the channel for a while, I used to wear silly hats all the time, mainly because I was a bit paranoid because I was bald. But now I'm so bald that it does make a difference. But my head is actually genuinely freezing cold today. Anyway, we are back with one from Manchester, from the Ferment magazine. And this brewery, I've had a few beers from this brewery and always good. Marble, which is cool. This one is a marble stout. The article here gives away some really good information. Everything, yeah, I mean, some people don't think, well, how much is this now? £8. Even me, I'm a tightwad, yeah. Do home brewing as well. I don't know if I pay £8 for this magazine on its own, but as part of my beer box subscription, fantastic. Right, so the beer we are looking at is this one, Marble Stout. Now, Marble, well, at least for me, Marble is all about the dark beers. And this one, it looks like a bad boy. It's 5.7%. Really, really malty. Good mouthfeel. Not so sweet, which is cool. This says it's an all-weather stout, blending a range of dark malts, giving a layered and flavourful beer, with each sip opening up dark chocolate, raisins, currants, toasted nuts, toffee, treacle, underpinning with a wholesome earthiness, wrapped in smooth, creamy finish, rich but incredibly drinkable. Now, look at this. It's got ridiculous amount of malts. It's got best malt. It's got wheat, Vienna. It's got malted oat. It's got amber. It's got brown malt. It's got roasted barley. It's got black malt. It's got chocolate malt. And whew, that wasn't enough, some crystal malt too. This is going to be a good beer. I've just got a feeling. There we go. I mean, the label is proper blatant. And that's what I like about things from Manchester. They tend to be really blatant. Why are they not focusing? Let's try again. Marble. There we go. Focusing there. 5.7 ABV. Roasty and robust. Marble canned beer products to stoutish standards. Let's keep rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Rawhide. So we have got, oh, we got malted wheat as well. So there's wheat and oats in there. That's good to see. What else have we got? Is that the preamble? No, it just says store it upright. He says rolling it around like a fool. And if this explodes on my face, I don't mind because I like marble. The only weird, dodgy marble thing I had was to do with the beer company advent box, which a lot of people, let's open this first, give it a quick crack, a lot of people had problems with. Oh, you smeg. So yes, I have managed to drop some on my trousers. Look at that, properly full that bad boy. Let's get it in a glass before anything else goes pear-shaped. So I've had to wipe it on my trousers. It's not the first time I've said that. I always tend to drop beer on my trousers for some weird reason. So this beer is a perfect beer to do one of those sideways things, something like this, because it's so blatant. Let's just go like, ooh, let's get the glass in. Something like that, dear viewer. You know how we roll. Just rolling, 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 rawhide. So I'd say that's about half a finger's head. Lovely and creamy. It's not superbly dark head, but nice big bubbles all over, which is kind of cool. And it's not perfectly jet black either. There is a hint, I don't know if you can see right down there, of brown. This is a real dark brown, dark conker. Oh, and it's roasted. I am getting some chocolate there. Toffee. Yeah, some sweetness. Not a load of sweetness, but sort of toffee, treacle, like they said, treacle. Interesting more. I think this is going to be a good one. Right, I'm just going to swirl a little bit. Don't usually do this, but develop a bit of flavour. Take the old trick from the brandy people and the whiskey people too. And you need a glass that has a sort of bulbous bottom. I quite like a bulbous bottom. But enough about me. Let's drink some beer. Ooh. Wow, 5.7, so almost 6%. That goes down super smooth. No astringency, no like bitterness from the malts, and really creamy. There's a nice creaminess to it, and a nice roastiness, a little bit like a coffee kind of roastiness, but all things dark. So yeah, the treacle's in there too, the coffee, the chocolate, but it's not bitter chocolate. You know, if you buy that real dark stuff like what's that brand, Montezuma's chocolate, or oh, what's that other one that's quite famous? Can't remember. It's like in Canterbury High Street. Um, but you can buy the proper like 80-90%, like 95 even, I think, percent cacao, like just rah, absolutely raging ones, and they're super bitter. They've got that chocolate bitterness, which I don't like really. A little bit, no problem, but far too much. This hasn't got that. It's all nice and smooth, nicely rounded. This, I knew this was going to be a good beer as soon as I saw it, but yeah, this is going to get a pretty high score from me, I think. Guys, perfect opportunity. I'm going to keep going, don't worry, but please click like. If you haven't done already, click subscribe as well. Really does make a big difference. Let's get back to some more beer. Yeah, sort of nice coffeeness. Then it goes sort of a bit roasty. There is a little bit of bitterness there, but it's like coffee bitterness when you have like a mellow coffee, not an espresso, but a mellow kind of, yeah, mellow coffee with maybe like a cappuccino or something. And I don't mean really sugary, although it's not too bad. It's just that darkness. So I am getting a little bit of kind of bitter. It's enough bitterness to kind of clean your palate a little bit. And the wheats and the oats in there really help out with that, because, like I said before, super smooth. And at 5.7, the only thing I want really is this bad boy in a bigger can, because that can is tiny. Damn it! I'll have to go up to Manchester and get some. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I told you already. If I have, then apologies, dear viewer. It's because I'm an old man and I forget things. But Marble Brewery, this year, I believe, are celebrating their 25th anniversary. So started in 97, which is kind of when I was in my full drunkenness, sort of ridiculous drinking lots of beers. Yeah, in my 20s. Oof, crazy. Oh, so that last sip went a bit smoky, like a cigar kind of thing. Really weird. Obviously, it's sort of bitter, coffiness, etc., etc. But it's unusual to get kind of smokiness from a beer. Um, Maybe a little bit of leather, but not like a leather jacket or a leather shoes, like a leather sofa. You know, if you're sitting, this is going to sound a bit avant-garde perhaps, but sitting on a leather Chesterfield, smoking a cigar with a cup of coffee, amazing. This is kind of what this thing's like. Oh, the other thing is, okay, they're not perfect, but there's a line up there, which is where we started. First sip, second sip, third sip. Job's a good one. That is a really nice beer. I like that. And five is the good side of 5% for me. 5%, as I've always said, I've said from the very first video that I've kind of done, even though I was a bit of an asshole about it, and I said, I don't drink anything under 5%, which was probably true at the time, but it's still kind of like the benchmark. Um, Anything under has to be an amazing beer for me. And this one is on the positive side, 5.7. So yeah, I could happily drink a lot of that beer. Um, I would say probably in the winter time, as opposed to summer. Summertime, you need a really cold, nice beer and a light beer. So out of the stouts, it's got to be like a Guinness or something. They made it a bit lighter than they used to. Unless you like drinking the one that comes from Nigeria or the West Coast one, and I do like those. But yeah, a little bit too strong for a sunny summer's day. Whereas a nice cold pint of Guinness, not necessarily the extra cold, but you know, if it's been kept in the cellar on a nice sunny day, fantastic. Otherwise, why don't you try and find some marble stout? This is a really good beer. You will thank me, my dear viewer, if you find that. And I think that's probably about time for me to let you get on with your evening. Perhaps drink some beers. Let me know. Why not use the comments down below? What are you drinking today? Why don't you let me know and we can have a bit of a chat about it. Guys, wow, that cold still hasn't fully left me. But I was about to say, this has been Uncle Jonah drinking beers, so you guys don't have to, but you should do, really. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm sure we'll be back tomorrow with another beer review. Until then, take care.